Hi everyone, welcome to Crochetrocks. It's Tracy and this is a Whip Wednesday. Well, not really had much chance to complete a lot of whips because I burnt 3 fingers and in a separate injury I sprained my thumb. So much of my whips just got in a holding pattern while I healed. So yeah, anyway, picked this one up again because at the end of the week hopefully I'm going to be seeing Harley, and I'd made Tyler one of these fluffy blankets and I'd started Harley's for the tutorial and I got quite a way in, and then I figured, oh, you know, it's going to be a while since I see him, so I didn't finish it off. Well, I'm nearly finished. As you can see, you can just about tell the way this looks that I'm on the border now, and I'm going to put a bit of a bigger border on this one than I did for Tyler's one, because Harley, well, he's a big boy anyway, and I don't think I made this one quite as long as the other one, so it's more of a kind of a I don't know, it's going to be more square than the other one, which will be good. It's not going to go on a bed or anything like that. So I'm using this fluffy yarn. I have got a tutorial for this already, and I will put a link at the end of the video to it if I can. If it's not one of those suggested ones that pop up, it'll be a little card. So that's the fluffy blanket, and I'm making that. Just put it down there for a sec. No, I'll put it over here. There we go. I'm making that with this. It's called Melody. And it's a very inexpensive yarn that I get from Pound Stretcher, but it's called Melody, and it's really, really nice to work with. I've got a tutorial that shows you an easy way to work with that furry yarn and not lose your stitches. So it's just called Super Soft Knitting Yarn, ideal knitting yarn for baby products. You don't say. 150 grams. I hate it when it states the obvious. I don't know why. 100% polyester, and it's not machine washable, but it is hand washable. Obviously you've got to do it separate. So it's pretty nice to work with, and not ridiculously expensive. Now, as I remember, that cost me about £2.50 per 200 grams, or £2-3 anyway. It wasn't a great deal, so I'm keeping that so that I can give it to Victoria so she knows the washing instructions. I've got loads of it anyway. So speaking of Victoria, I'm going to try and get this done as well. This is her hat, and again, I started on that some time ago and didn't get to finish it. I wasn't likely to see her for a while. It's almost done. I just need to finish off a few more rows and then cinch it all together, make the turn up and a pom-pom, and we're good to go with that one. So I don't have a tutorial for this adult size, but I do have a tutorial for when I made Sophia's, who was a 4-year-old, and I made a newborn baby. But this one is slightly different to Sophia's because her one was just UK double crochet, which is single crochet US, but these ones are made with half trebles, which is a half double in the US. Got in a real kerfuffle with that yesterday. But then the baby one I made was the same as this. So there are two tutorials up already. One newborn I made for River, and one that I made for Sophia, because I made them ones in Christmas colours for Christmas. They had big Christmas pom-pom hats. So I'm going to make this one for Victoria, but she doesn't want a giant pom-pom. So that's another whip, nearly finished, and it will be finished very soon. Finished objects, I do have a couple, but not much really. This is Gary's blanket, which is here somewhere. Oh, actually, I don't know if I brought it in. Might have to go get that soon. As many of you know, I'm also making the, try and get the yarn ball and it won't undo, the mini skirt, which is here. Started off life as a cowl, just that big, but I figured, that's the yarn, obviously, not a fault. I figured it would look nice as a mini skirt, so I'm carrying on. It's now going in and becoming ribbed at the end. That's making my arms ache doing that. Really ought to be fitter. So the yarn that I used for this is just a ordinary plain black DK, which is a 3-weight yarn in the US, which I've got that much left of this ball. Don't know if there'll be enough to finish that or not. And the colours that you can see here, this is what's left of that, and it's the Boho Spirit. Don't remember the colour name, but it's the jazzy one. That's the only one I can sort of, not very helpful, am I? I think I need the sack. Then there's this. This is still an unfinished object. Although I made this wrap ages ago, I haven't finished it off because I'm going to finish it off on the tutorial. But this is my wrap made with the beautiful Northern Lights yarn by James C. Brett. So soft and really lovely. And this is going to be one of my next tutorials. This and a blanket that I've been working on, I'm going to do those very, very soon. So this is the wrap. I have put up one wrap gown, but this one is thinner. You know, wrap gown was wider, so it went all the way down to your bottom, or it could be used to go over your lap. But this one, it's just, I was going to do a pocket shawl and then I changed my mind and I made it bigger. So this one is more of a shoulders wrap, and I'll do that one very, very soon. So that's this one, and it's made with a modern V-stitch, and I love this yarn. It's really, really lovely to work with and just gorgeousness. So I'm going to start putting the used ones I've shown you in the bag so that I don't get them confused. I won't put that one in there, it's too big. So this one, this is my, in this bag here, which came with Gary's yarn. When I say Gary's yarn, I'm making Gary a blanket. I have shown it on, oh, it is here, in many occasions. But when I ordered the yarn, it came in this bag, which is pretty cool because I like these backpack type things. I often take them shopping. So this is the blanket that I will be doing as a tutorial very soon. And I've made a couple of swatches to show a few different variations on what you can do with a stitch. But this is the blanket, and I've got quite a way in before I hurt myself. And I wouldn't mind, but I did it twice. I had 2 separate injuries, can you believe? To the same hand. It was a bad day. That's my excuse. So yeah, this is it. This is the blanket, and that will be coming up. And I'm making this, it's again a 3-weight, this one. And it's very, very cheap yarns. This is Poundland Purples, this one here. And it's a variegated yarn. Another one of my hairs. Seriously, I don't know how I'm not bald. And this one is Signet Pato, I think it's called. And that's that one. I did have a ball of the purples on the go, which must be, it is. There we go. So it's this one and this one. So those ones are all nice and neat in there with the other swatches. Like, I made the swatches, one of them in a different colour, so that you could see, because it's very difficult yarn to see. This is how it works out with one of the variations, using different coloured yarn, obviously. So that was the first variation, and then I chose a different variation, and it's got, I don't know how it would work out. I might do another few rows just to see what that comes out like. But that's another variation. So that will be coming up soon. That and the wrap, which I need to get done. So I'll just pop all that in there so it doesn't come out and get tangled. I'm really getting organised. How about that? Bet you're impressed. So the last one, I think, apart from Gary's blanket, which I'll show you in a second, is my bag. And yes, I'm going to get on with that as well, but I need to finish this furry number first so that I can get that to him when he comes. So here we are. This is the bag, and it's got 3 across and then 1 at the side, and then obviously 3 at the back. So I'm kind of in 2 minds as to whether to pinch those sides in. I keep I'm in an iron about this. So it'll kind of go like that and we'll taper. I like that idea, but I also like the idea of making the strap just one of these all the way around and doing a big shoulder strap so that it'll go like that. But it won't stay sturdy. I could put a drawstring at the top. Oh my. A little one. I could cinch it a little. Don't know. No, maybe that wouldn't work. But yeah, I'm still kind of working on ideas. I have uploaded a couple of the tutorials, but obviously they're not public yet because they're waiting for me to actually get, you know, get a finished object to show you. So that's the bag, still working on that. And that's made with some cotton yarn that I got some time ago in an Aldi event. But you can use any cotton. It's called denim. And this is the yarn. It comes in these like little, I don't know what you call them, donuts. A little yarn donut. But I'm using this and it comes in the blue. And I've got one that is blue and white stripy, which makes the opposite, you know, variation. But it's nice and soft, good to work with. Previous to that, I was making a bath mat with it and I never finished it. I ended up bringing my bath mat from the other house and it was kind of surplus to requirements, so I didn't do it. So those are most of my whips. This is the last one. This is Gary's blanket. And I've made this and I've called it the box granny. And this is a rectangular one. And again, there is a tutorial up for that and I will put a link at the end. This is the rectangular box granny. And this is made with Premier, oh, we've still got another hair. What's it called? Premier, here it is. Puzzle yarn. Let's grab a skein. Premier Puzzle. And this is called Riddle, this colour. And it's got all different blues and it looks almost grey in places, like a really, but it, when you work up with it, it kind of looks like this. I kind of like it. It's got different, it's like a moody blanket, isn't it? I mean, obviously they do lots of other colours, but this is the blues. And originally I had a couple of skeins only. This is those two skeins worked up. This is how big two skeins has come up with this particular stitch. There are four stitches to a segment, to a cluster. So it does work up more yarn, I guess, than if you were just doing 3. But I got this yarn from Glenda, from Creative Grandma, when we did a yarn swap. And I knew that they're quite large balls when you get them. I think they're 200 grams they are, but yet 328 yards or 300 meters. But it's a bulky 5, so obviously it doesn't go as far. But I've also got a big ball of this very, very dark blue. It's called Oxford Blue, but it really does look black. Only in real light can you see there is a very kind of navy blueness to it, but it's so, I think it looks like blue there, but it is really dark, could almost be black. So the alternate rows are done with that. It won't take very much, but I've got a 400 gram ball of it. So only because that I bought as well in an Aldi yarn event, and I had this humongous ball and I was planning on putting them together, but it didn't really take very much of that. Well, I think I shall have lots left over of that. But I might do a border in it, to be honest with you, when I eventually get as far as the border. But there is, as I say, a tutorial with a swatch that shows you the border that I was planning on using. So those are, I think, all of my whips. But I did, the only finished object that I have to show you, I mean, obviously I finished the wrap gown, but that's in use now in the living room. But I did do a little kind of Easter project, and it is this. And these are little egg cozies. So you can pop them over your egg on your egg cup, which is kind of cute. Or with this one, I did this one for my goose eggs, because I don't know if you've seen my chats where I have goose eggs. They're enormous, but they could also be nice big. That's just the inner bit of this, but they could also be a nice big like Kinder egg size, or one of those small little Easter eggs you get for children. So that could work with that as well. You could also, if you wanted to, make them a bit smaller. If you drop down to maybe a 4-ply yarn, drop the hook size, then you can make one fit a cream egg. Because I don't know about you, when they first came out in this country, Cadbury's cream eggs were the size of an egg. Now they're the size of like a little bantam egg, you know, ridiculous. But all of these ones that I did are kind of slightly different size, but that's because if you loosen it a little bit, you'll get a larger. I wanted to see if I could make it tighter, more amigurumi like, to go over a really small egg. So you just can make a whole family of little chicks. And when I was doing this was the first one I made, and it's got a light orange beak because I didn't have the dark at the time. I was going to make a whole barnyard full of animals. I was going to do a little pig, obviously make a little pink one and do a little round nose. I could do a little raised round nose, and then I was going to do a sheep and you know, all kinds of things. And I thought I could do maybe a panda because Gemma loves pandas. I know it's not barnyard, but you know, I was going to do a bunny because it's an Easter thing. But obviously you can use these all year round to cover eggs in an egg carp. It doesn't have to be Easter. So yeah, that was my finished object. There would have been more finished objects if I hadn't hurt myself, but you know, accidents happen. They do. So always, you know, when you really don't need them. So thanks for watching, and keep watching this space. There'll be more to come. There's going to be my wrap any day, and the blanket. So bye for now. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye now.